Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, where everything you're about to hear and see has been done in one take. I am your host, the One Take Man. In last week's video, where I talked about the potential Academy Awards winners this year, I've talked quite a bit about Barbie, and more precisely what I thought would be its messaging and its legacy. And it is that discussion that I want to indulge in just a little bit more. Hence why this video has been made. Or more precisely, I want to talk about something that resulted from, you know, from uh, from how that movie was received, because because I thought it was still noteworthy, especially when looking at the total output of Hollywood as a film industry, that a movie receives both the commercial and the critical acclaim that Barbie has. That acclaim has been met with some backlash from entitled male fury that I'll simply mention and move on. But I think the more interesting part about the discussion about Barbie revolves around the aftermath of the acclaim it received, because for a while after that, a lot of other toy-based movies were being discussed. A lot of rumors were being spread around, and it is actually those rumors and those discussions that led to an, a wave of backlash. This time, one that rather than being anti-feminist was very much feminist, and it said that Barbie wasn't successful because it was a movie about a toy. It was successful because it was a movie made by women, or one where women had a great degree of creative control, and therefore the secret to making memorable, intriguing, and meaningful movies was not to make movies about toys, but to have women in more creative control positions within the film industry. Personally, I am very much a feminist, so I very much welcome any initiative that allows women to exercise their rights to freedom of expression. However, for the sake of this video, I want to um, take the rumors as they were presented, and sort of delve into them, indulge in what it is that their in what their content is, and into their content, into what it is that they were saying, and uh, and explore what it would take, what creators should keep in mind if they decide to make toy-based movies in the future. Because surprisingly, this trend has not this trend, or this, yeah, I think it's safe to call it a trend. This particular concept hasn't really is somewhat older than the Barbie movie, and in fact, depending on your definition, video game movies arguably count as toy movies as well. However, what makes a video game movie work is different from what makes something like Barbie or the Lego movie work. And the reason for that is because video games, for the most part at least, just like certain physical, tangible toys like Transformers or G.I. Joes, are conceived with a specific narrative in mind, which means that they have a clearly defined set of characters, all of whom try to accomplish very well-defined, very specific goals. And therefore, adapting them simply means taking that narrative and bringing it into a cinematic format, which is nothing out of the ordinary for Hollywood. In that sense, the fact that there are so many bad video game movies is not really a premise issue; it's a skill issue. Sorry to say. When it comes to toys that do not have that narrative framing around them, or where the narratives that could result from play or during play are a little bit more freeform, well, it is within those situations that potential creators have to get a little more creative, for lack of a better term. They really have to look at what it is that makes the toy itself distinctive. Find something that is uniquely and specifically uh, important to and about the toy itself, and then build a movie around that aspect of it. The uh, the first possibility that emerges from this exploration, let's call it the Lego path, revolves around looking at the ways in which variations in playing with a toy emerge, and what exactly these variations say about, maybe not necessarily about the toy itself, but about the people who indulge in one or the other, and the potential resulting conflicts. The second, uh, the second path for such a narrative, let's call it the Barbie path, revolves around exploring or analyzing the toy from the perspective of its social utility. As I've mentioned in a main channel video a while back, um, the purpose of playing uh, is to make sense of and prepare ourselves for the social conditions within which we live. And toys, as they are primarily marketed for children, are primarily uh, uh, maybe not primarily, but they do have this. They also have this role of giving them a way to prepare themselves for the life they are about to lead, inculcating them with a specific set of opinions and attitudes that are meant to um, either support their independence or allow them to find their place uh, within the communities of the future, the communities that they will be trying to build. What happens when the attitude that such a toy engenders gets challenged? What happens when the positions uh, that this toy inculcates within the people who play with it um, are proven to be erroneous or wrongful? What happens when the toy finds itself not fit for purpose? That is something interesting to consider, I would say. The more perceptive among you might have noticed that both of these possibilities, both of these paths, aren't really about the toy itself, but more about its social impact, either within the community of people who play with it, or within the greater society. Is there a way to look at the toy itself and use maybe certain physical or abstract characteristics of it in order to in order to build a movie? Well, there is a way to do that. However, it is perhaps more. However, perhaps it fits better with stuff like board games, things that encourage non-narrativized, structured play. And this path really revolves around replicating the ways in which the stakes and tension within play uh, can be duplicated. Can be duplicated in terms of can be duplicated and applied to the silver screen. That does limit the amount of the amount of options all people would have. But however, as they say, restraint breeds creativity. Uh, and if all else fails, you can always do what the Raggedy Ann movie did and just just make a whole bunch of stuff up. But you really aren't gonna go far with with that unless you have a very specific idea, and in which case you might actually end up defining the the social utility of a toy, which, not gonna lie, would be an interesting development, all things considered. But that goes a little bit beyond the scope of this video. So for now, I have to say that was my video. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed it, well then please like the video and maybe even share it wherever you think other people will also like the video. If there is anything you'd like to add, to the to the video, to my premise, to the ways in which I chose to implement it, or if you have any ideas of your own, well, that's what the comment section is for. And if you want to see when my next video gets released, well then, please subscribe. And ideally also ring the bell or do whatever else YouTube will ask of you in order to keep you notified. I already mentioned that I have a main channel where I talk about book-related and literature topics. A link to that you will find in the description down below, right past my social media links, which I suggest you check out, should you choose to. Additionally, I have a Patreon as well, where depending on the level at which you pledge, you will receive various perks. Perks which I will allow you to discover for yourselves. I'm not going to, delve too deeply into them. And yeah, that was it. Until next time, I have been the One Take Man.